My mom has been making pierogies for my family for as long as I can remember. So one day, I decided to find out why she's compelled to keep making them year after year. But when I sat down with her to get to the bottom of it, she didn't let on to much.
It's just delicious. They're addicting.
Oh my god.
I fucking love pierogies. I love pierogies.
Oh, I love pierogi. I gotta say, I think the onions are the best part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the butter and the
Butter and
onions.
onions.
Yeah.
Just the smell of onions sauteing in butter, I don't know, it just gives me a happy feeling.
And she's right. Pierogies are clearly a crowd favorite. But I still wanted to dig deeper.
Pierogies, to me, say family, holiday, special occasion. We didn't make pierogies. We weren't making them every day. A taste brings back a memory, and it does bring back always good times. You would never be making pierogies when you were depressed. Nobody would be making pierogies in a bad time.
It suddenly came to my attention that my mom is the only one in our family who still makes pierogies. Without her, they would cease to exist. That's when I realized that the pierogi torch had to be passed on to someone. And that someone is me. But first, let's go back to the beginning.
I have been making pierogies since I was a child. The first time I helped make them was I helped my Aunt Tony. She had a basement outside of Philadelphia, and she had a room that always stayed cool. She would keep the doors closed, and so it was almost like a little bit of a refrigerator. And she would roll out the dough in there and have me and my cousin Alan come in and roll the potato cheese balls, or she would let us stamp out the circles that would make each pierogi. And so that was probably the first time that I started. And then when I got a little bit older, I was still like in elementary school, I belonged to a Byzantine Ukrainian church, Our Lady of Perpetual Help, and they had a pierogi line. Sometimes they would make huge batches of pierogies, thousands of pierogies, and they would sell them on Sunday after Mass to raise money for the church. And there would be all these old ladies in babushkas. You would have your station. You would either be rolling or smashing potatoes or stamping out circles or pinching little pierogies at the end. And I would go with my mom. My mom always used my Aunt Tony's recipe, so that's the one I use. She probably got it from my Uncle Steve's mom, because my mom and her sisters are Italian. They didn't make pierogies, but then they married all Eastern European men, so they learned how to make pierogies from their husband's moms. So my dad is Ukrainian. My grandmother was only like 16 or 17 when she came over on the boat. My grandfather was older. I'm not even sure where his parents are from in the Ukraine, but they came over here before the revolution in 1917. And they settled in a small town called Gilberton, PA. Gilberton was a small coal mining town in upstate Pennsylvania. And if you look at the census from that time, it was all Ukrainian, it appears. Everyone writes Austrian-Hungarian Empire on it, which is where Ukraine was at the time. But it was basically a Ukrainian town.
So it's always like, you know, a time when you're going to see family, a holiday. And so I want to continue that for my daughter, so that, you know, in hopes that she will then someday make pierogies. And yeah, just like keep it going.
Who's ready for pierogies? All right, guys.
Knowing what I know now, it's up to me to carry on the pierogi tradition. And I know what to do.